It can strengthen our whole workforce if workers are valued at what they bring to the labor force.
Pay inequality and discrimination exists in Manitoba. This according to a new report that shows women in this province on average only earn 71% of what men make. The report, Tired of Waiting, Rectifying Manitoba's Pay Gap, was published Thursday by the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. Data from 2019 shows the average Manitoba woman earns 71 cents per dollar earned by a man, which is on par with Canada's average pay gap. Indigenous and racialized women earn 59 and 58 cents for every dollar a white man earns.
This is consistent with findings in Canada as well, and it's due to a number of factors that can be acted upon by governments.
Manitoba was the first province to enact a pay equity law back in 1986. However, it hasn't been updated in 3 decades. Molly McCracken says Manitoba's legislation only applies to the public sector, but in Ontario and Quebec, it applies to both public and private sectors. She says the legislation in Manitoba needs to change, including updating Manitoba's Pay Equity Act and mandating pay transparency.
Women and racialized workers are more vulnerable to low income and poverty in Manitoba and Canada due to the pay gap. And so that's why we need pay equity legislation here in Manitoba that's updated to our current reality so that women and racialized workers can be paid for what they're valued in the workplace.
We need to support legislation that requires employers to address gender inequality at work.
Maureen Kilgore from the University of Winnipeg says occupational segregation is very prevalent today. She says women's work historically has always been undervalued.
Care work, so in healthcare, education, etc., early childhood education, cleaning, serving, that's always been undervalued. And so women are still doing a lot of that work.
McCracken says raising awareness with reports like these are important to make change, but she says it's depressing to see the pay gap so significant in 2023.
So pay equity is one issue where action can be taken to help improve the economic status of women and racialized workers as well.
In Winnipeg, Alex Karpa, City News.